The state is waiving part of a new youth summer camp safety law. Youth camps across the state will be able to operate this summer without installing end-to-end fiber optic facilities.
It was part of the new safety standards state lawmakers passed after last summer's tragedy at Camp Mystic. Several youth camps sued the state over the requirement, arguing it was unreasonable and impossible for them to get fiber. Yesterday, the state and camps made a deal to drop that requirement.
KVUE's Daniel Perot joining us live in the newsroom. And Daniel, some state lawmakers, they're concerned with how this all happened.
That's right. A number of lawmakers say they are concerned about the precedent that this sets for the laws that the state legislature passes. The idea that part of a law can just be so simply waived off as opposed to what we typically see, which is some sort of a legislative fix. It was just over 8 months ago, state lawmakers celebrated sweeping legislation they said would improve camp safety.
A law that will save lives.
The new standards have been costly and difficult for camps to meet, particularly the requirement to have end-to-end fiber optic internet and a separate backup connection. State Representative Wes Riddell represents Kerr County and has raised concern about the changes.
My understanding is about at least half of the camps have been struggling to meet the requirements.
On Thursday, the state and the 19 camps that sued over their fiber provision reached an agreement that will apply to all camps in the state. They will be able to operate this summer without fiber if they meet other safety requirements and maintain a redundant internet service that could mean cellular, microwave, or satellite technology.
I have concern legally how it was done, but I think in the end, I think it's a win for camps for sure.
It's a sigh of relief for camps, but some lawmakers wonder if it sets a bad precedent.
What's the point of the legislature even convening if you can just do stuff with a piece of paper from the lieutenant governor and the speaker?
I cannot overstate how unconstitutional and lawless this is. And when we take an oath of the Constitution, that either means something or it doesn't.
State Representative Brian Harrison was one of the lawmakers who voted no on the camp safety legislation.
This is absolutely horrifying for anybody who cares about the rule of law, for anybody who cares about separation of power.
Since the state easily waived this part of the law, Harrison questions what else they could waive.
Can politicians just waive the requirement to pay property taxes if they issue a press release?
But he says if what the state did this week was legal,
I think we're good until next session.
Harrison says he still thinks a special session is needed to solve the real problem.
Let's repeal these laws. We could do it by the end of the weekend if the governor wanted to.
So far, only 18 camps have received licenses from the state to operate this summer. Hundreds of others are still waiting for approval as the state reviews their applications. While that happens, they'll still be able to operate. In the newsroom, Daniel Perot, KVUE News.